Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about India and Sri Lanka and the four pillar by which the Indian government is trying to help the Sri Lankan government to to come out of its economic crisis. Now, the Indian finance minister and Sri Lankan finance minister have signed an agreement to support Sri Lankan government to come out of its economic crisis by four methods. So the Indian government has tried to support Sri Lankan government from many years, and it has been a good friend of Sri Lanka from many years. There were few issues with the Indian government with Sri Lanka, due to which there were a few uh, paralysis in the relationship of Indian government and Sri Lankan government. But now they are trying to get back and make the relations good. So the Indian government has uh, tried is trying to give support to its Sri Lankan government by way of supporting them in by way of lines of credit. That is, Indian government will give money for a few and short term period to support Indian to support Sri Lanka by way of food. They will what is that? They will give support for them in import of food, medicines, and other essential items to Sri Lanka, and they will also give energy and security package that would help and cover the fuel which they will get from India, and also in modernization of Trincomal tank farm. It will also help by giving currency swap. That is, Sri Lankan government is taking currency swap with India, in which it will help in payment issues. Like whenever the people go to foreign countries, they have to exchange the currency from Indian currency to other currencies so that they can go to foreign countries. But in this currency swap, they don't have to do the currency swap. They don't have to take another currency. They can just use the Indian currency and Sri Lankan currency, and they can go. This is the way of currency swap. And the other one is Indian Indian government is trying to invest in various sectors of Sri Lanka that will help the Sri Lankan people to get job opportunities and in their economic growth, and it will support the Sri Lankan people in many ways. This will build relations between India and Sri Lanka in a good way. By this and by this way, the neighborhood first policy of India will also be developed. That is what the Indian government is trying to do. Now let us see the Indian and Sri Lanka map. Here, Hambantota port, which was built by Chinese, the Chinese has taken lease of this port from Sri Lanka. That is the main reason why the Indian and Sri Lanka have got little uh, strained of relations. So, as we all know, Hambantota plays an important role in the Indian Ocean. That is the reason China was trying to do, so that it will have an eye on Indian Ocean, and it will be as it is a strategic location for the India. It is trying to take this place and make Sri Lanka debt ridden. So now, what are the issues which we are having with Sri Lanka? That is the fishermen. In 2019 and 20, uh, total of 284 Indian fishermen were arrested, and 53 Indian boats were also confiscated by Sri Lankan government. And there was a civil war between Indian Tamils and Sri Lanka. That was also one of the reasons. And influence of China is growing on Sri Lanka and its neighbors also. Yeah, China is the largest an investor in Sri Lanka, and it is having all of a 23.6 percentage of total FDI in Sri Lanka, and is also one of the largest export destination in Sri Lanka. That is the main reason which China is having, as China is getting closer to Sri Lanka, India is getting far away from its friend, Sri Lanka. So, India and Sri Lanka relationships. India and Sri Lanka, we have very old relations. We all know from the old Ramayana that we have good relations with Sri Lanka, and India also having good relations with Sri Lanka, so it conducts joint exercises also, Mitra Shakti and naval exercises Salnex. It also Sri Lanka is also part of BIMSTEC and SARC also, and India has also provided assistance to Sri Lanka by supplying them vaccines and medicines during COVID-19 period, and India has also given them money currency swap before that also, and it has also trying it. Indian government has also established few hospitals and schools, and it has also supported in providing the houses those affected by civil war in Sri Lanka, and it also supports against terrorism, so it helps in many ways to Sri Lanka. Now, what are the benefits if India is having good relationships with, as we all know, India's first neighborhood policy? So it is very important that India maintains its neighbors and it is having good relations with its neighbors so that it is beneficial for us, and China is not getting closer with it with our neighbors, and we are losing economic interest with others. In this way, if we are having good relations with our neighbors, there will be a lot of trust deficit whatever we have that will gain, and relations will expand, and there will be a lot of employment generation in Sri Lanka also, as hum, as Sri Lanka is an important place. It plays an important strategic location in Indian Ocean region. It is important for India to have a good relation with Sri Lanka. If you like my channel, please share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.